Hey, it's Fat Albert. This is Brandon back with you with more math videos, Mathroom, shooting math videos and on a mirror. So, here, there it is. So, you may notice after the last video, I got a different mirror. It's a good lesson for us to know that you can do math anywhere, even if it's a different mirror. As long as you have a mirror and you have a dry erase marker and prior experience doing math, so that should be good. Today I want to talk a little bit about the curve. Everybody's trying to flatten. I keep talking about it. CC, science, and health organizations. They're talking about math, the curve and flattening the curve. And I just thought, what do we know about this curve though? Should we just like flatten it, or do we need to know more about it? And so I want to talk about possibly what we know about the curve. And so we're going to look at parabolas and talk about vertex form and standard form. Quadratic equations. So real quick, I found the curve and I put the data from the curve on a map. The data and the numbers I used are from good, reputable researching scientists and maths, and so I put them together, and now we have this graph. So here it is. Okay, so what do we know about this graph I just showed you on the thing? So it's got vertex, and a vertex is that word, and it is also the top of a parabola. A parabola, and you saw there are two of them on there. It's a graph that looks like this, kind of goes up and down, or sometimes they'll go down and up like that. So those are parabolas, and so we got parabola for the curve, the non-flattened, and then, hold on, there you see me clearer, you know me better. So we were just talking about the flattened parabola and then also the not flattened parabola. So one's worse and one's better for our health, for the United States and the world. So real quick, vertex, or the top of the bad parabola, the one we don't want. Here it is. I'm gonna write it. It's 5 and 650,000. Okay, so the 5 here represents months. This is once again estimate. I'm doing math in the bathroom, so not CC, so just be chill with me, please. And then 650,000, that's available hospital beds, or actually not available hospital beds, it's people needing hospital beds. And so 5 months, this many people need hospital beds. Looking at this graph again, you can see that we don't have enough beds for that. That's why it goes over the dotted line, which is our maximum capacity. So this is the vertex of the bad graph, the bad time with many people and not distancing and keeping 6 feet. And so then we have the flattened one. We have a different vertex, and it's going to be 11 months and 320,000 people. There's a good two needing beds. And so you notice that the peak, or the top of people needing beds, is 6 months later. Once again, I'm not a scientist, so just like these are just numbers, bathroom on a mirror. And then 320,000 are how many people need the bed. So you have half as many people need the beds, and it's also spread out. It's 6 months later, so it's better for us, and we're good. So let's see what we can know from these vertexes with these formulas on the thing. So I'm gonna erase this real quick, and I'll be back with you. Hold on. Okay, be back with you with the stuff about the graphs. Okay, so we're back, and it's cleaner now, so I can write my stuff on it. And so I'm gonna write once again the vertex of the bad one. So the vertex for the bad one is 5 months, 650,000 people need beds. Okay, at the peak of this coronavirus. And so we can write this in something called vertex form. And vertex form is a function, and we can write f of x is equal to parentheses x minus h squared plus k. That's called vertex form. And if you know your vertex, then you put your numbers at H and K, and your vertex of HK will just plug right in there. So we have HK, we have our numbers, and they plug in there. So we're just gonna do that real quick. So we got f of x is equal to x minus 5 squared plus 650,000. So this is what we call vertex form. See it better with the wall because it's clear, not dark. So this is called vertex form, and if you type this into one of really good graphing calculators, then the parabola will show up like you want it to look. So it's good. And then the other one, if our bad vertex is 11, our good vertex is 11 and 320,000. Okay, just like that, 320,000. Then we can do the same thing here. We just write f of x is equal to x minus 11 squared plus 320,000. So we have two vertex forms now. Cool thing, what my personally I think favorites for quadratic vertex forms is that you can put them into something called standard form, and the standard form is cool too. So let's put it in standard form real quick, okay? So all you have to do is do the math, and you're going to do x minus 5 squared. Once again, squared is when you multiply the thing by itself. So you multiply everything in that parentheses by itself. So x minus 5 times x minus 5. X minus 5 times x minus 5. Let me do some real quick math and not look at note cards I made. Is going to be x squared. And I'm not looking, it's in my head. Minus 10x plus 650,025. So this is the standard form of the bad curve. That's the curve that we don't want to do. And so let's look at the standard form of the ones we do want to do. So once again, we do x minus 11 squared, and then once we do that and get the answer, we're gonna add the 320,000. So real quick, just quick maths in my head. I'm not gonna read it. If I were just to guess, I would say it would be x squared minus 22x, and then guessing, I'd say 320,000 and 121. I didn't read it, I meant math wrong. 121. Good thing with math is if you make mistakes, you just erase it and fix it, make it right. So here we are. So we have vertex forms of the bad curve, the good curve, and standard form of the bad curve, and the good curve. So we got standard, and we've got vertex form, all of the curve, and the flattened curve. And so I think if we all pay attention to this, then we'll just survive it and be healthier. So thanks.